Welcome back. Let's put this in the ether. I'm hearing a lot of women complaining, saying guys aren't proposing, guys aren't willing to commit. There's a simple solution for this, all right? I'll give you a simple solution. For guys to change their mind, all right, they have to change the law. Culture have to change, all right? So it could benefit everybody, not just men. I'm not saying this. So these things are exclusively to men, right? We just don't want to get stabbed over in the back. We don't want to be in a vulnerable positions, right? For guys who commit to women, right? For them to propose to women, take marriage seriously, married women, right? Meet to women in the Western Hemisphere, to modern day women, they have to change, right? The marriage laws, right? They have to change the marriage law, and not only that, women has to change. Right, guys will always be guys. Right, the old phrases: boys will be boys. Boys will be who they are. You already understand what are men, right? Everybody know what men, right? Men could be sleazebags. Men could be honest guys. Men could be kinding guys, right? Men could be men could be compromised. Men could be what's that? Willing, right? But the thing is, women aren't that. They're not willing to change. Right? They want to change men, right? Which I don't suggest. Like, you can't change people. It's people. This is the way they are. They want to change men, and then when the men actually changes, they don't like it. All right? And then what does that to the men? It destroyed the men. All right? So and then they can build up this resentment. They're not going to be committed. They're gonna realize that they've been bamboozled, hoodwinked. All right? For that to change, for men to commit, right? The law has to change. When women have to change as well. Right now, right? All this stuff is going on that doesn't benefit men at all. The marriage law, for one, does not benefit the men. Mostly favorite the women, right? And guys are waking up to this. They're realizing this. They're watching other videos. They're watching other contents, and other guys are exposing it. Formerly married men are exposing this, right? And guys understand. If you're a smart guy, you would understand that it's not a raw deal, right? It's not a good deal for men to be marrying. And not only that, you have 50% or even more than a 50% chance of you divorcing. If the chance is that high for you to divorce, why even bother, right? It's over 50% of men that relationship will fail. Over 50%. And it's usually initiated by women. 80% of the time, divorces are initiated by women. Right? Women have to change this. It's like whatever guys are doing, they can't make them happy. That's why I'm saying in one of my videos, you can't satisfy the woman. You can't. Because you cannot satisfy something that's inconsistent. A woman's mind is inconsistent. It keeps changing. Her thought process keeps changing all the time. Every second, it changes. Bam, bam, bam. It's sporadic. Right? So how can you stay consistent if your mindset is just sporadic? You want to do this and you want to do that, you want to do that, you can't pick because you have so much thing in your mind. You can't decide what you want. Right? You have all these clothes, all these shoes, but you can't decide which one you want to wear. Right? That's what I mean when your mind is sporadic. When your minds are going 20 miles per hour or 100 miles per hour, right? Ideas go to 100 miles per hour. How do you choose? It's like catching a hummingbird when it's going everywhere, right? If it's going that fast, how can you catch? How can you catch it? You can't catch. I mean, it's hard to catch if the thing's going fast compared to things going slow, compared to things that you just don't think sporadically, all right? But they're not willing to compromise. You can't satisfy that, right? Women have to change their ways. They have to understand who they are. Who are they? They need to look themselves in the mirror, right? They need to look themselves in the mirror and try to say what is wrong with yourself sometime, right? If you're going through so many boyfriends, so many partners, maybe it's not the partner that don't get along with you. Maybe it's you, right? Why are you going through a lot of men for, right? Why can't you just stay committed to one guy? Why can't you just be with one person? Why can't you compromise to just one guy? Right? It's not saying that you have to submit to a person, which guys want you to submit to him, by the way. But it's not saying it's not a bad thing. Is you willing to work with your partner? But what most women out there aren't willing to work with a partner. That's why they initiate all these divorces, all these no fault divorces, all right? Which mean that they don't have to have a reason to divorce a guy, right? And guys are understanding that now, right? We are living in an age of information where there's a lot of content out there that tell guys that these no fault divorces. These women could divorce you without any reason. You could be the nicest guys at all the time. You could be the perfect husband. She could still divorce you. Alright? You could be the perfect husband. I'm telling you. You could be the most holy husband out there, godly person out there, and she could still divorce you. Right? Like I said, some of my videos, Christian men get divorced all the time. Right? Catholic men get divorced all the time. Right? They get divorced. Don't act like if you're in a holy relationship, right? You're not prone to be divorced. Right? It goes back to my other video about marriage, how marriage was the origin of marriage, how in actuality is not Christianity based. The idea of marriage predated Christianity. If anything, the concept of marriage ceremony, anything with ceremony, right, is paganistic ceremony, right? The idea of marriage is predated Christianity. That means it's pagans. Alright? Christian didn't come up with this concept. Alright, this idea of marriage, the ceremony. Alright, but I digress, that's gonna be another video. But yeah, in order for women or men to propose, the law has to change. Women are willing to commit. All right, women have to accept this idea that sometimes you pick the guy. All right, you pick the guy, and if you're not a good person, he has the right not to be with you. He has the right not to want to see you in his future. All right, he has the right to choose that. Like I said in my previous video, guys are the gatekeeper of relationship. Women are the gatekeeper of sex. All right, many creators said that. Right? So if you want a guy to commit to you, not only that, you have to understand that these laws are not written in their favors. So what kind of guy want to be stabbed in the back? What kind of guy want to put himself in that positions? No guy want to be in that positions. Alright, you have to understand, if you don't want to be in that position, what make you think a guy would want to be in that positions? Right? Guys are willing to work in a relationship, guys are more willing to work out not to get a divorce than the women are. Women aren't willing to work it out. They're going to see a psychiatrist and then it's going to lead to another divorce. It's going to lead to more strife in the relationship. Alright? So in order for guys to commit again, things have to change. Women have to change. Changing doesn't mean it's a bad thing. Right? It doesn't mean you have to give up your rights. It means that you have to have a more understanding. But women aren't willing to understand. Women aren't willing to learn. They aren't willing to hear. A guy's out. The majority of them. I'm not saying all of them aren't willing, but most women aren't willing to listen to a guy about how he feel. What is his thought? What is his opinion on the idea of marriage? And why do he come to that conclusion? And he can explain it out word for word. The reason why I don't favor marriage is because the government, when you get the government involved, this, that, and third, it's just favorite men, etc., right? He can have all these lists of why he don't want to be committed in relationship, because the law right now in society, to be in a relationship with people, the law is totally disadvantaged men. It doesn't get men excited to be in a relationship, right? Besides the idea of fornicating, right? Besides that, anything else, it doesn't benefit men. But on that note, guys, let me know what you think. Like, share, subscribe. Peace and blessings.